Hey folks, this is Gabe of Security.org, and today I want to talk to you about Amazon Sidewalk. Now, you may have been reading some things in the news and be terrified, amused, bemused, intrigued, but let's talk about what it is and how it can affect your life. Now, the Sidewalk service, Amazon Sidewalk, is essentially taking some of your IoT devices, like your Echo Dots. This is, various generations of Echo Dot, something like your Echo Show, even your Ring Floodlight Cam, Ring Spotlight Cam, just various devices in that Amazon ecosystem, and it is going to lend the internet, that precious internet that you pay for, to those other devices in your geographic area. Now, the idea is that Sidewalk's smart neighborhood will provide overall benefits to the community. Like if my neighbor has Optimum and I have Spectrum, and Optimum internet goes out, but Spectrum is still working, and my neighbor of course needs to see what's happening in front of their home in case they're having a package delivered or something like that, well, I will basically be lending my internet to their Ring Video doorbell. So they are essentially leaning on me in the interim. The issue, of course, is that I'm not going to be alerted to that happening. Another thing you might think about is maybe my backyard camera goes out because my internet is gone. Well, the people whose backyard faces my backyard in my neighborhood in Brooklyn could conceivably be lending me their internet in that period, so I cannot lose any visibility of my cute puppy in the backyard when I need to keep an eye on her. So to be clear, on its face, I'm not exactly turned off by these positive attributes to Amazon Sidewalk. But I do think there are things you need to consider when thinking about Amazon Sidewalk. Number one, you are the product. Remember, if you're not paying for something, generally that means that they are getting paid for you. And even sometimes when you are paying for something, they're still getting paid for you. And in this case, if you're not paying any extra for Amazon Sidewalk, I'd imagine that there may be some point in which they anonymize to some extent who each individual is, but they definitely sell off your information because with Amazon Sidewalk, they're going to be able to capture even more information about people in any given community. Number two is they are forcing you to opt out if you do not want to be included. So you have to opt out of sharing your internet, opt out of all these devices essentially tracking what you're doing more so than they were already. Number three, I think I have to talk about Amazon's questionable track history when it comes to privacy. And you're saying, well, Gabe, you don't get any privacy. You've invited lack of privacy into your home by buying all these devices. And sure, I mean, to some extent, that's not really what privacy means. But we do have to be really clear about what's going on with Ring. Historically, we've seen some kind of weird behavior there. And also, they have not always been the most transparent about what they're doing with your data. Fourth and final thing I want to talk about today is notice. I mean, where is the notice? As an attorney, it's important to me. Maybe it's the whiny civil procedure loving person inside. Shout out Professor McKenzie that's like, hey, people should have to know what they've contracted into to some extent. And you may not even know that you're part of Amazon Sidewalk until you watch today's video, or maybe you read an article, but regardless, if you haven't opted out, it's too late to some extent. I mean, you're in it. If you have a show or Ring or a Dot or anything in this ecosystem, pretty much, you are part of Amazon Sidewalk. And I think you probably should have known ahead of time, or at least had to opt into it. So anyway, those are my thoughts on Amazon Sidewalk. I hope it gives you a better understanding of what is going on, what the controversy is. Please, if you have any thoughts or I'm missing something, drop it below. I'd love to engage in some conversation regarding this topic. This is Security.org, where we bring you the newest in home and digital security, even some privacy from time to time. So go ahead and subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and as always, be secure.